All right, so what a day in the market. It was incredible. It was incredible. I'm just excited, man. Yo, I didn't do a video yesterday, so I'm doing one today, and I'm glad I waited. Yesterday, there was nothing to talk about, man. If you was long the market, you just needed to go in the corner and cry because we lost some serious money. And hey, at least I did, okay? But I mean, the market was just killer yesterday. Unbelievable. But turnaround Tuesday, you can put your money on it that we're going higher. That always seems to be the MO for the last 12 months. And sure enough, it's still intact. So you can see what's been happening. And it's an interesting thing, which I kind of like. I mean, the Dow is only up 30, but that's what's been kind of, holding it down. The NASDAQ up 464 points. That's incredible, 3.69%. And the S&P, 1.42%. So if you look at the heat map and you look at such an incredible day, and you'd be like, wow, there's a lot of red out there. Look, all I see is all that red, but it's like we flip-flopped. Everything that was red was what was hot, and everything that was green is what was not, right? So all the tech on fire, all bright green. A little disappointed in that Google, though. I went super long Google on the dip. I went extra long, and that's the one that's not bright. I'm telling you, I always tend to pick the wrong stocks. I liked Google because it was it was holding up during that downturn, and now that we rip away, you think that was going to be the one that just catches fire and takes off, but no, it's kind of it's at the back. It's like if everyone is running down the street, if you get everybody together and do a group run, Google's in the back. All right, so a little disappointed, but I'm happy it's up. Amazon, Tesla, look at all of that. So this video, I'm just going to look at the three things. We're going to look at the Qs, we're going to look at the SPY, and we're going to look at the small caps. And we're going to look at the ARK Innovation Fund, the ARKK fund. Just those three indices, just those two indices in one ETF. And I have some bad news. I got some good news and I got some bad news. I'm going to show it to you right now. Okay, so let's start with the Qs. Here's the weekly Qs, right? On the weekly chart, everything looks good. If I zoom in right here, you can see that last trend line that we was on, it broke, right? And that's where I was concerned. I was like, I said in the video, bottom line, we broke trend. Look, we even broke trend with volume. So, when that happens, you got to find your next support level. And that happened to be right here, right? Where I drew that support line, right in there. So what happened? Just like textbook, we bounced perfectly off the support. It's unbelievable. We went a little lower, but we did bounce. But here's where I kind of worry about the Qs. All right, so I'm going to go to the daily chart. Now I'm just going to pick it apart. I'm going to pick it. All right, so let me zoom in here, and you can kind of see what's happening. Now, I still think we're going higher. All right, I just want you to know that's what I think. I'm always going to give you my opinion if I'm uncertain, and I think we're going higher. But anyway, if I draw a trend line from this recent downturn like that, right, you could see that maybe we have a little bit more upside and we can actually continue to go down. We've been making lower highs and lower lows, and nothing's changed about that since this rally has started. All right, so we bounced, and you expect to bounce. We're not going to go straight down. All right, so we bounced right at support where I had the line drawn before we even got there. We bounced off of it. It was perfect if you wanted to trade. My picks are more buy and hold, so I don't trade the bounces. But anyway, so we're coming back up, and I think we could, I don't know. We could fail here, and that's right here. All right, so we need to keep an eye on this area, see what happens tomorrow or the next day. We should know something, and if we start to go back down, I kind of worry. I kind of worry. I feel that we need to break this. We need to break this downtrend line. So the downtrend is still intact, and that's what I'm concerned off of. The downtrend is still intact. So what do? I don't know. We just have to wait and see. All right. So, but if we do start going down, we just don't want to break that low, right? We want a higher low to come in place, right? So that's what I'm hoping for if we were to head back down. All right. So let's go ahead and look at the SPY. Let's go to the weekly. I like weeklies. If y'all follow me, you know I'm on the weekly. And there's the uptrend line. And for the most part, it's intact, right? Everything is all good with the SPY, all right? So let me see. Pull up the daily. Yeah, we kind of hit the bottom of the trend line right there. And maybe we're going higher. So everything is all good. We did breach a little bit, but we bounced. So nothing to talk about here. Let's go to the IWM. And let's pull up the weekly, and you can see the same thing here, almost like the Qs, right? You had the uptrend line, and you can see how we broke. So let's go to the daily because it's a little hard to see that. So the uptrend, we broke, we bounced, we found that level of support, right there. I already drew that before we was once we break that upper trend line, I'm going to look for a support level that we could bounce off of. So that's why you always see these lines here. And look, it was perfect. It was pin perfect. Let's go to the 4 hour on this one. Look at that, right? So come, boom, bounced off support. Now we are going higher. And if I zoom in right here, you see what I'm saying? We're right there. It's so critical that this downtrend is still kind of downtrending. We need to break through. I want to break through this upper line right here. All right. But you know what? For the most part, it's still bullish. We bounced where we're supposed to bounce. We went back above that uptrend line right here, right? We're back above it. But now this downtrend line, we need to break that to kind of get new highs. So anyway, I like the IWM. I think the IWM is just fine. All good. It looks better than the Qs. The Qs is still in a serious downtrend, and I hope it breaks. By the way, let me go back to those Qs real quick. One thing I want to point out that I didn't is, let me go to the weekly. No, let's go to the daily. And this right here, the stochastic. I love how this is bullish, okay? How it did go below 20 and now it's pointing back up, right? And that doesn't happen too often, all right? So when we go that low and start to come out, that shows room that we could go higher, right? You can see it happen here, and then you can see what happened there, right? We went higher here, and then of course this area here, and then we went higher here, all right? So hopefully we can go higher. Last time we broke the 20 was way back here in November, right? The end of October, November. So I'm thinking we're going to break through that downtrend line. I always say I'm going to give you my opinion, and that's my opinion. I think we're going to break through. So, but we didn't. Okay, so it didn't happen until it happens. All right, so last thing I want to check out is the ARKK, the Cathie Woods Fund. It seems to be in a spotlight. It seems to be in the spotlight recently, but it's perfect. I mean, it's a perfect entry if you're looking to get into it. Look at this. It hit that downtrend, and look how it just bounced right off of that support right there. So perfect. Oh my gosh, this is textbook. Like, hey, get me in right here, right? So if you took that trade, you're up 10% today alone. Right, today alone. So I think let's see how it rides. We had the uptrend, and that was breached. There's so many different uptrends because you got this one. I think that's the uptrend line right there, and we'll just call that a breach because we have more touches here, right? So we breached that. So it's like look out below. And let me see something. When we breached that trend line, we came down to this trend line, and that was a 22% decline, right? And once it breaches, you need to find support. You need to find where is it going to land at? Where's this knife gonna bounce off the floor? Or is it just gonna jab the floor and get stuck? Anyway, there it is. We did get a bounce. And for the most part, I want to stress that it is a bounce. It's really truly just a bounce, and we don't know how high we're gonna bounce. All right. I mean, it took a serious downturn. I mean, right? It was just like bam. I mean, just from the break of the uptrend line to the support was 22%. Let's go ahead and measure the whole thing. All right. So from top to bottom, right there, that is a 33.54% decline. Wow, that is a bear market beatdown. So let's see if we can bounce back up. Don't know how high it's going to go, but we're gonna keep an eye on it. We're gonna keep an eye on it, and hopefully it just takes that one bounce, and we can just kind of trend up, and maybe make new highs. Probably maybe go like that, and then kind of go sideways, and hopefully then something like that. That's what I'm hoping for, but I don't know. So we got the bounce today, so let's hope it can stick. That's what we're looking for, the bounce to stick. All right, so let me know what you'll think about this video. I just wanted to put it together real quick. I'm sorry I didn't do a video yesterday when the market was like trash, but I'm telling you, sometimes when the market is down, like I'd be like, the motivation behind me. I'm like, I don't want to make a video. But nah, it's more about work and things like that, and just what I'm got going on. Very busy to like my life outside of YouTube. When it's time to do YouTube, sometimes life is like, nah, we need to just chill a little bit. Anyway, so thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know. Hey, subscribe. Hit the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're long, you're short. What are you doing in this downtrend? And that's another thing. We are bouncing. Do you want to get in? Is it time to get in? Was you out and like, hey, should I get back in? I don't know. Because that I can't even give you advice, because it's like we was up 20%, like Tesla was up 20% today. I can't say, hey man, get in, it's up 20%. That's crazy. We always gotta kind of wait for a pullback. I think we'll get it, but maybe we not. I don't know. That was a hell of a bounce, and a lot of stocks today, at least in the NASDAQ, was up 5, 6, 10, 15, 20%. That's huge. I mean, so something like that, I think you should wait for a pullback for sure, or maybe you could sell puts below it and see if that bounce is going to hold. But just wait for some kind of pullback to get in. It's chasing that. It generally doesn't work out well. I did it. It don't work out well chasing. Sometimes it does. More times than not, it doesn't. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'm Dre Trades, and I'm out. Peace.